Going on, man? If you seeing me right now, first want to give my condolences to these people right here. The wife, the 2 kids, and rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Y'all already know, you've seen the video. It was very traumatizing, very disturbing. Some people are clowning it, some people sympathize by it, but I want to firstly say rest in peace. No matter what this man says, it's content at the end of the day. He's not hurting nobody, but he got shot right in there where he spoke it from. So he was an alleged shooter, and this guy right here, they said was confirmed alleged shooter, but they also released him. So that means the shooter is still at large. What I want to say is, this is an Illuminati card. At any time, anywhere, place out snipers, silence you pretty much. Have to think about it, bro. He was there. The shooter was here. 200 yards, bro. 200 yards, bro. Come on now. I want y'all to see something real quick. Just see something real quick. Debates aside, the controversy aside, all that to aside, right? We're going to get into the next clip, but I want you to see something first.
For everybody saying the Charlie Kirk assassination was a psyop, you guys might be right. If you look at this video with Trump on Charlie Kirk's YouTube channel, the title is "Enough is Enough" there at that bottom left. This is very important. Remember that. Enough is enough. Now, if you look up on YouTube, Illuminati card number 345, these were made in the 90s. This was posted 12 years ago, though. Take you up for a closer look. Go ahead and read that card there. It says, "At any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day." Not to mention, enough is enough, and that face, y'all know who that face looks like. I feel like the whole story is not being told. We will probably never know the whole story, obviously. But if y'all got any ideas, let me know. I feel like there's definitely a bigger reason behind all of this.
And the reason I always said, if you go against these higher power people, if you're at least involved in the power and you understand the power and you knew the power, we don't know what these people do behind closed doors, right? Right. So let's say if he got the information, or he got close enough to the information, or better yet, he understood something, got close to something, or he did research about something. He has a huge platform. People know him. People follow him. He has a fan base. So where's there a fan base, there's influence. When there's influence, there's an influence to speak out about something.
What's your opinion on the Phase 1 release of the Epstein files? Do you think it was more of a PR stunt with Pam Bondi because she just got into office?
We as the American people deserve to have every Epstein file released with no redactions whatsoever, period.
Right.
And so yesterday, I don't want to comment because a lot of these people are my friends, but they got to make it right. And we, the American people, ran on transparency. We deserve to see the entire client list. Yeah. Every document the government has regarding the Epstein files, we, the American people, should have on an easy-to-access website immediately in a very, very quick fashion. I'm pushing for that both privately and publicly, just so you know.
Yeah.
He's pushing for that privately, publicly. He said some of these people are his friends. So that means he's tapped into something in some way, shape, or form, in my honest opinion. I believe if you end up in these higher, hierarchy, Mr. Beast, and you know stuff, you seen stuff, you've been around stuff. So now they look at it like, man, I'll accept you into this secret, let's say social society. And now you trying to expose me? Oh, no, you can't have that. You are a danger.
Secondly, there probably are a lot of destroyed documents. I think that's probably the issue. I could say with almost 100% certainty that Trump was not on the flight logs. But as far as the client list, that very specific thing, I don't know if it still exists. I'm worried that was actually deleted, destroyed, or disappeared. But look, statute of limitations for child trafficking goes for 30 or 40 years. We should impanel a grand jury, and every person involved in the Epstein child trafficking should go to federal prison for the rest of their life. Every single person. We need justice, and we need these people in federal jail. Epstein files need to be released yesterday. We need to know every single person and get the Epstein client list out immediately.
1 hour later.
People are saying, Charlie, what about Epstein? Charlie, what about, Iran and Netanyahu visiting? I said, look, all that is worthy of maybe a segment. That pales in comparison. Listen to me. That pales in comparison to the civilizational import of whether or not we have deportations or amnesty. All of that is small ball.
So this is the one that said he was unalive 2 days later. Okay.
I think the DOJ should immediately move to unseal all the Epstein documents in the Southern District of New York.
Yeah. Everything. Everything except child sexual assault material.
I think every file should be released to the public the same way as the JFK files.
So now he's mentioned JFK. Remember, with JFK, they didn't solve that case either. Even though I think I know who it was. The person driving the car, obviously. No? Okay, cool. But, why does he keep pushing for this Epstein file? What is the Epstein file? What is it? Some people don't even know what it is. Long story short,
The Epstein files basically refers to all the documents, evidence, and names tied to Jeffrey Epstein, the billionaire financier who ran an underage sex ring for the powerful. Here's what's inside that umbrella. Hash. What the Epstein files include. 1. Flight logs. Records of Epstein's private jet, nicknamed the Lolita Express, showed hundreds of trips to his private island, Little St. James, and other properties. Names included politicians, CEOs, celebrities, and royalty. 2. Black Book, Epstein's personal contacts book, over 1,000 names. Not proof of guilt, but it listed powerful connections. Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Prince Andrew, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and many more. 3. Court documents, depositions, testimonies, and evidence from civil lawsuits brought by Epstein's victims, like Virginia Giuffre. Some names were unsealed in 2024-2025, included politicians, businessmen, and bankers. 4. FBI evidence seized material, hard drives, DVDs, and photos seized from Epstein's NYC mansion and island, rumored to show explicit content used as blackmail leverage over elites. Why it's dangerous. The files connect powerful people to Epstein's trafficking ring. Releasing everything would expose not just celebrities, but politicians, intelligence agents, bankers. That's why many say Epstein wasn't just a predator. He was running a blackmail operation to control elites. What's been released versus hidden. Some names, Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton's trips, etc., are confirmed in flight logs. Court unseals in 2024-2025 revealed more high-level associates. But a lot of the FBI evidence remains sealed for national security reasons. That's the Epstein files people demand. The full list of names plus evidence that shows who enabled, joined, or covered up his network. That's why people are saying Charlie Kirk was playing with fire. By demanding those files be fully opened, he was calling out the same power network that silences anyone who gets too close.
you got all these high RP power people a part of this type of lifestyle. Oh no, if you get this to the public, everybody's going down.
About the Epstein thing a lot. It turns out all of your voices have been heard. We have been on this story relentlessly all weekend, and now it looks as if not only are your voices heard, but something major is coming, and that, let's just say, this is the beginning, not the end of this story.
And if that story gets out, exposure happens. So let's think about it, right? You want to expose your friends. You're in the making of destroying what they have. We already know what the economy is like. Look how we're living, bro. Inflation is at an all-time high. We know they want control. We know something is going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen.
Charlie Kirk was loudly advocating for the release of the Epstein files. They haven't caught the shooter yet? That's strange. That's suspicious.
But let's say that's not the only person. They got what? All these different celebrities. I know it was Dr. C. I forgot how to pronounce his name. CB. I forgot. Y'all know what doctor I'm talking about. He had the cure, natural way, curing all kinds of AIDS, STDs, STIs, all of that naturally. And what happened to him? He was silenced. They got the Michael Jackson. What happened to Michael Jackson? He was a part of it, and then later down his career, he tried to expose it. He was silenced. We got Left Eye. We got Diddy. That's the main one right now, Diddy. He was a part of it, but I believe, he got the parties, and I think he had like hidden cameras. I believe he really got some type of leverage, some type of something, or he submitted and now he does what he doing, but he's like, well, if I'm going down, all y'all coming with me, so y'all better let me go. That's what I personally believe. Who else? They got all these people. They got Nipsey. He was doing a document about Dr. Sebi. I don't know how to pronounce his name. We're not gonna do it. Well, you know what doctor I'm talking about. And guess what happened to him? It's like, oh no, it was a snitch. Nah, bro. Nah, that dude was a snitch. No. They got these cover-up people, bro. They got these cover-up people. When you going against people you can't see, there's powers that you can't deal with. But I mean, there are some people that go against the narrative anyway. They don't look at the content and be like, well, I don't feel bad for them. Like I said, you got your own opinion, you have your own debates, you have your own mindset, your own narrative. So let's see what he got to say.
Kirk has passed away. He was shot and killed at one of his rallies. And there's a lot of people saying, you should feel bad for this man. He had a wife. He had 2 kids. I do not feel bad for this man. I feel bad for his 2 kids because they lost their father. I do not feel bad for this man. He built his career on spreading hate, violence, misinformation, and leveraging people's feelings. And he did it in one of the worst, most disgusting, vile fashions documented. I am not surprised that he went out the way he did. The rage-baiting tactics that he used in his debates to spread violence, misinformation, and overall just separate people as a whole, I'm not surprised people got emotional and reacted with emotion. And I don't need to drag other people into this, but if this happened to somebody like Dean, who is a liberal and somebody that I have the same views as, I would still say this is not surprising, and I don't necessarily feel bad for him because of the type of content that he put out and how he actively separates our community as a whole. Because anybody that wants to leverage people's emotions for clicks, for views, and act like they're doing a social justice when in reality all they're doing is dunking on the other side and making themselves look good, even if it's misinformation or not, that's not going to end well, and you're going to have a lot of people that don't like you, and you're going to have a lot of people that want to react to the things that you do and you say. So it's not surprising to me that any of this ended the way that
It's not surprising that people act out in emotion, but at the end of the day, is it justified, though? There people are clowning this man on Twitter, bro. They're clowning this man on Twitter. You can't say you don't feel bad. You can't say you don't feel bad and you're not surprised. Bro, like I said, if you had a family member that made you mad that you didn't agree with, isn't that the same thing? They're trying to compare this man to freaking Adolf Hitler. That man, Hitler, bro, Hitler harmed people. This dude harmed the whole culture. What was it? I can't say the word. Geno, you know the rest. You know the rest. But like I said, I believe it was a plan, because 200 yards, ain't no random person doing that, getting away. Bro, you on the campus. There's cameras everywhere. If they wanted to find somebody, bro, you think it'd be hard to find somebody?
Since we're all talking about it, why is everybody surprised that they have an opinion? They Martin Luther King Jr. for having an opinion. Like, what people have been getting for their opinion since the dawn of time. That's not a new phenomenon. Let's not act like that's a new phenomenon with social media. The thing is, while we're all entitled to our opinions as human beings, it's our human right. If your opinion is hypercharged against a group of people who are going through a legitimate pain, and your opinion is to trample over their grievances because you feel like your opinion outweighs their experiences, then you have to deal with the consequences of your opinion. Now, I'm not saying that I would respond in that manner if someone disagreed with my opinions like that, but just like y'all want me to empathize with Charlie, I'm gonna empathize with the other side too. And if someone felt that triggered where they had to act out on their beliefs like that, then you know what? Maybe Charlie was saying some things that he shouldn't have been saying about the wrong groups of people.
Now, like I said, I personally believe an opinion just an opinion, and the debate is a debate. Like I said, if you're going outside and you're looking for problems, looking for trouble, you gotta accept that as well. Like, you can't just say, oh, that's too much at the end of the day, when you don't even know what you're signing up for. You're signing up for the good people, the bad people, the crazy people, psychotic people, and then the people that are willing to lose their free will just to take away your free will. So like I said, some of these content creators push the limits or push the wrong person. Yes, I believe that. But like I said, do I think it was justified for this man to be unalive? No, not at all. But like I said before, you're coming in contact with all these different characters. You don't know their trauma. You don't know what they've been to. You don't even know nothing. Like those higher power, you're getting into some deep, deep, deep trouble at the end of the day. But like I said, at the end of the day, I believe he should have got punched, beat up, hit with a baseball bat, poked up, something. At least that. But to be hit with high rounds, 200 yards away, mid-conversation, bro, you gotta think about that. You seen that video? That was trauma. Imagine, bro, his kids are in the front row. His wife is in the front row. They gotta always live with that trauma. The mom, his grandma, well, his mother, his wife, they gotta see that video every time they think about that. And the people online are trolling. If he says some ignorant stuff, you fight ignorancy with ignorancy, if that. Articulate yourself with words. He wasn't going out there acting like Hitler. He wasn't going out there, oh, F this, F that. He articulated his debate. You articulate your debate. If y'all come together and y'all finna fight, y'all fight. That. Boxing ring. All you gonna think it's cool to pop up and pop him in front of his family, bro? He doing content. But me, honestly, bro, like I said, at the end of the day, man, rest in peace to him. Because no man should go out like that. No person's life should be taken if they didn't take a life, in my honest opinion. What y'all guys think in the comments, man? Like I said, they didn't arrest the shooter as of 9/11. You know, rest in peace to them as well. We gotta touch on that too. Rest in peace to them as well. Do y'all think he caused his own death by tapping into that? Because think of the debate, bro. You think somebody gonna do all that over a debate, bro? He's not causing crazy changes. Look at MLK. He caused a major change to the world. He talking about debates, though. But you know, like I said, you don't even know how far somebody would take their emotions. Or you don't know how far somebody is willing to take it. But hey, man, I'm Jay. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. I appreciate y'all, bro. Like and comment, subbing, or you just watching, bro. I'm here for the conversation. I'm gone.